Hi guys! Welcome to Sisters in the City with me, Anna Vakili.
And me, Mandi Vakili.
I'm feeling good. My hair is freshly dyed.
Oh my God.
I'm getting my extensions put in today.
Oh yeah.
All ready for my Dubai trip.
Dubai, bitch.
I'm so excited.
Dubai trips. I'm not gonna lie, right now, I'm not feeling myself. I don't like this cold, Anna.
Why?
I stole it from you ages ago. Do you remember it used to be yours?
I feel like that was like from 5 years ago.
And I feel like a piece of poo wearing it. And it's not flattering at all. And I'm going to get rid of it as soon as I get home. I don't like it.
Not the bra strap show, not the bra strap show.
What can I do? What can I do? I don't have one of those strapless bras. I don't live that life. And it's making me feel hella insecure.
Also, I was going to speak to you about this really funny topic. When I went to get my hair taken out before I got it dyed, my hair extensionist, she was telling me that she's invited to a wedding, a Greek wedding next month.
Oh.
And she went and bought a really nice olive-coloured dress.
Oh.
And then she went and got it tailored, like just to fit her perfectly. She said, I had to like spend so much money getting it tailored because it was actually 2 sizes too big, but it was out of stock. So I just ordered 2 sizes too big and got it tailored to my size.
I would do. That's how I would do.
Yeah, because she was like, I was that obsessed. And then she goes, after that, she was speaking to the bride's mum, and the bride's mum was like, oh, you know, someone wanted to wear an olive green suit to the wedding, and we were like, no, you can't, because the bridesmaids are wearing olive green. And she was like, but wait a minute, I've got a dress that I've just had tailored, which is olive green for the wedding. And then what do you think about this, basically?
I'm wearing that olive green dress. Sorry, mate, you should put that in the invitation.
Yeah.
Do you think? You should put
That's
it
what
in.
she was saying. So she was like saying, if you have bridesmaids that are wearing a colour that you don't want anyone else to wear, then you should put it in the invitation,
Put it in the
right?
invitation?
I never thought about bridesmaid dresses ever before. Like, it's not a thing. I know that you obviously can't wear like white or like off-white, but like I never ever thought about like not wearing the same colour as the bridesmaids.
Most people don't care, Anna, if people are wearing the same colour as the bridesmaid.
But olive green is a specific colour.
It is.
It's a very like, not everyone's going to be wearing olive green.
I went to a wedding, yeah? And all of the bridesmaids are wearing this dress. I think it was from Meshki, so it wasn't like hard to find, yeah? And it was like a satin dress. And then a girl who wasn't a bridesmaid had ordered the same dress just as a wedding guest. So when I say she was a replica
of the bridesmaids. Oh,
but nobody cared.
Yeah, I don't think it's that deep. Would you care if you're...
I went my whole 10 years of age.
10 years?
And it's that long.
Did you say 10 years?
Yeah, and I'm going to, now everything's going to be thought through with precision. I'm going to be one of those people, yeah? It's like every single detail would have been thought through. Every fucking detail.
Yeah, I never thought about that, but it's true. I would just put it in the invitation.
It will be organised, like the Usher concert. It will be that organised.
Okay.
Every little thing.
Was that really organised?
As in like, it's a show.
Right.
My wedding's going to be a show.
Oh.
Obviously.
Is it not meant to be a union or like a very deep emotional...
We already have that. It's been 4 years of union shipping and having a deep emotional connection. You know what I mean? But anyway, so what is this your hairdresser going to do? She's in a situation.
I know. So she was asking me, do you think I should wear the dress?
It's expensive.
Well, tailoring of the dress was more expensive than the actual dress.
Together it's...
Do you think she should wear it or not? I said to her...
They have to pay expensive.
I would say wear it, but personally, I know if it was me, I wouldn't wear it. Because I'm just a pussy.
I want to know what they said when she said, well, I bought an olive green dress. I mean, that was probably that one hell of an awkward moment between them.
A hella awkward moment.
But they should put it, if they don't want anyone wearing what the bridesmaids are wearing, they need to put it in the invitation because, I mean, it's a roulette game. You know what I mean? Choosing the colour of your outfit. There's not that many colours in the world. You know, you're not going to come wearing like...
I don't think she's going to wear it.
A weird colour. I know nobody wears red to a wedding. I mean, I would actually.
No, why not?
People normally wear like femme colours, femme pastel colours.
That's not true. You'll probably think about like summer weddings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if it's a London wedding.
I'll wear red.
You wear black.
I'd wear black.
Red.
Black in London weddings.
Yeah.
It's just London. Everything's bleak and miserable. Yeah. Even at weddings.
I feel like that though.
Black is the best colour. Sorry, it's the best colour in the world to wear. Like, and nothing makes me look better than wearing black.
100% agree. You can never go wrong with a black dress. You know what I suddenly started thinking? I don't know why.
Mate, you know what happens,
when you said the whole like London thing, like everyone...
London is so bleak and miserable. Because you can't even like travel without some level of abuse.
So when we got the train to Cardiff for our last show, someone shouted on the platform to Mandy, Bosh, BBL.
Oh my God, I haven't even told Gingerbeard, Anna.
Haven't you?
I have to tell him now.
Tell him.
I have to tell him now. That's how you know, though, like, it doesn't affect me that much. If I forgot to tell my own boyfriend something as big as that.
Yeah. And Mandy was like, I'm okay, by the way. After it happened, she was like,
tell you a bit worried about me. Hello, Ginger. Hello.
Yeah.
Listen, you don't know what happened to me, yeah?
What?
So when I was on my way to Cardiff, I was on the train, but you know, people like girls like me, soft girl life, like really actually living that life. I'm not on the train, but I was on the train.
Yeah.
And then when I got off the train, there was these two boys and they were like kind of like staring at me. And like, I was like, what is going on? Are they checking me out? But they weren't. Are you with the story?
Yeah, go on, carry on.
And then they shouted at me, screamed down the platform, "Botch BBL!"
Yeah. What did you say?
Nothing. I cried the whole way to Cardiff.
Tell them to get fucked.
I didn't do anything. Yeah. Anyway, it was really upsetting. I thought you'd be really upset and like protective over me.
Or over two losers who shot a girl at a train station.
Innit? What would you do if you were there?
Drink. Told them to fuck his mum.
Oh, you love me, innit? So much. You just, I heart Gingerbeard and Gingerbeard hearts me and my botch BBL. All right. Anyway, I don't, because he knew when I called Gingerbeard and he knows that when I say Gingerbeard,
he knows
it's being recorded and he just changes completely.
What do you mean?
He's not the same person.
What do you mean?
Like last night at home, oh my God, he was the cutest thing in the world. He like puts his head on my chest like a baby.
Aww.
And he was like, I couldn't live one single day. Like one day I wouldn't be able to survive without you.
That's so cute.
And he was just so cute the whole evening, like non-stop, like I can't wait.
Love.
You're gonna be the mother of my kids, and I can't wait. I can't wait to be with you the rest of my life. Like you're so sweet, so nice. And then he's just not that nice on the phone. Anyway, yeah. So I got abused on the TFL.
And when we actually got to Cardiff on the show, we spoke about what happened to Mandy at the train station, and everyone was like, oh, "You got the train?"
Yeah.
Whilst we were on stage, we were like,
this was the most, they were more shocked about us getting the train than me getting like abused. Like, honestly.
I was like so confused. I was like, how else are we going to get to Cardiff?
They want us to get jets to Cardiff. Like, what do they think? How do they think? What do they think people like me and you do? Do we have wings? Are we like science fiction, supernatural beings? How are we going to get there?
But I do agree that we can't be getting these public transports anymore if you're going to get abused, man.
I know.
Because you know what? People would be testing you.
But to be fair, like, I'm solid.
No response. Like, I don't give a shit what you say to me. I'm not responding.
Oh, they were too far away anyway. Like, I couldn't see their faces.
I'm saying even if they were like right in front of us, I wouldn't respond.
No, because that's what they want from me.
That's what they want.
Yeah, they want to feel like a celebrity responded to them. And I'm not giving them that. So celebrities don't respond. Basically, it's a really sad time right now because our family dog, he is 16 years old. And unfortunately, our family's come to this decision with the advice of the vet that it's time to put him to sleep because of his really, really severely poor quality of life. You know, he's got every issue you can imagine.
Yeah, so and he's bedbound, incontinent, and
confused, dementia, everything.
Well, he is 16 this year.
And he's suffering. I think that's the main thing. It's about like, if you love your pet, then it gets to the point that they're suffering so much. It's just horrible.
Yeah, it's weird seeing him like this because like I imagine how he used to be.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time that he hasn't been like that. But the last couple of weeks has been like really...
The last few weeks it's been really, really bad. So that's a really sad time in our life.
Yeah.
And yesterday I just couldn't stop crying about it. I was crying for like... I feel like it kind of triggered the memory of like losing Kobe. So I don't know if everyone here is new, they might not know about Kobe, but he was Eddie's brother who died from lungworm. And it just triggered that whole experience for me. And I was crying for an hour, like last night, bawling my eyes out, like hysterically crying. I was so depressed. And like Gingerbeard was just holding me and we were talking about him, going for all his pictures. And it's just this weird feeling that happens. Like I always get this weird feeling of guilt all the time. And it's like guilt of like, why couldn't I figure it out sooner? Or maybe there was something I could have done, or maybe this was this, or even with Romeo, it was like, oh, like, what can I do? You know, there's always this guilty feeling. And I get the same thing as well. Like, I think I'll have the same thing with my parents. You know, I'm that kind of person. Like, I always feel guilty.
I mean, I had a cry about Romeo, but it wasn't like anywhere near what it was like for Kobe, because I feel like with Romeo, I mean, I got him when I was 19 years old and he's lived a long, good, healthy life with no issues. So I'm sad, but in a way I'm happy because it's putting him out of his suffering.
Misery, yeah.
And he's lived a good life and he's not gone too soon, if you know. Whereas with Kobe, he was so young and it was such a sudden shock. So that I didn't take that well at all. Whereas with Romeo, I kind of like, in a way I'm sad, but I'm happy for him.
Because
it's like
he's going the right way.
He's going the right way. Any longer of this suffering is worse
for him.
It's more upsetting.
That's why I feel like last night, for an hour, I was just hysterically crying about Kobe. And I feel like people probably think that, you know, we've forgotten about Kobe or we don't talk about him, but I cry about him. I think about him all the time.
Yeah.
He's literally on my table.
I can't look at his picture.
He's on my chest of drawers, his little, you know, his fern. He's part of my, it's about trauma. It's almost like trauma. And it has definitely put me off getting pets. I'm not going to lie. Like, what happened to Kobe has put me off. Like, because the pain was like, I'm kind of lucky to be able to say that that's the worst pain I've experienced in my life.
We are lucky to say that.
But it was the worst pain I've experienced. And like, I just don't want to experience anything like that again. Like, now I'm just constantly obsessed with Eddie, yeah? I'm like an obsessed owner.
It's a part of life, though.
I know.
You know.
That's what me and Ginger were talking about for ages.
I would definitely get another dog. Like, once I'm settled into a home and if I have a partner, I'll get a dog. Not if I live alone, but if I have a partner, I definitely get
not me. Maybe because
dog.
I've got Eddie. That's why.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, we are going to do dilemmas today. So we have asked our Patreon besties to send in their dilemmas. By the way, if you're not on Patreon, then what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Subscribe to our Patreon. The link is in the description. Support us.
Yeah.
Who was we speaking to the other week?
I don't know.
Kay Kurd, and he was saying how these other podcasters, they've got so many Patreon subscribers because people just want to support them.
Yeah.
I thought, so people just subscribe to support.
Yeah, of course. That's why people subscribe.
I just thought they're subscribing for the extra episodes.
No, Anna. That's definitely not the main reason people subscribe. Like, if I really like two content creators or two people and I've got to know them on a more personal level, which me and you especially share a lot of our personal lives and our feelings. And I would want them to do well. And one thing I realized from the tour is how many people want us to do well.
It's amazing.
They want us to succeed. They want to see us grow and become bigger and better.
It just motivates me more.
And that's what they want from us. They don't want more this or more that. Like, they're not expecting
They
anything.
want the best for us.
They just want the best for us. And it's
actually so cute.
It's such a selfless like love that we get from our listeners. It's actually mad. So yeah, definitely means so much to those who do subscribe because the support is everything.
Yeah.
And it keeps us going. And for those who haven't subscribed, there's so much more about us as well and our life on there, because I feel like a lot of people kind of like, oh my God, I really like Anna Mandi and I've got to know them so well.
Yeah.
But you don't really know the whole us.
Because our episodes on there are a lot more private, I'd say.
Yeah. Like most of your conversations about the breakup and about what you've gone through have been Patreon.
On Patreon,
episodes.
exactly. And there's a lot more on Patreon than just like supporting us. You get an extra episode every single week and you get all these episodes completely ad-free. So there's no annoying ads in them. There's also the Patreon group chat, which is always popping off, like constantly. They're besties with each other. They're helping each other out with dilemmas.
That is the maddest thing that we realised from the tour is how many people have become friends from our Patreon group chat. Like actual friends.
They met up before the tour shows and they'd go for drinks before, food before, and then they came to the show together and they become friends.
Literally groups of girls would come to meet and greet us and they were like, we literally just met today. We plan to meet from the Patreon group chat. We've gone for drinks, we've gone for food, and now we're here for the show. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like that's
amazing.
how you become friends with people, because you have common interests or in your like, group chats where you've got common conversations.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It really is. Anyway, we have asked our Patreon besties to send in their dilemmas. And I know that some people don't like dilemmas, but at the end of the day, this podcast was built on dilemma episodes. We did sex, relationship, family, friendship dilemmas. We used to do them every week.
It was the root of our
Success.
Sisters in the City success was dilemmas.
Exactly.
We started off giving bad advice and then we blew from it.
Exactly.
All right. So we're going back to that. But this time I think we're going to give some good advice, you know?
Yeah.
You're in safe hands, especially because it's bestie dilemmas. We owe it to them.
Yeah. So we put it out there for our besties to send it in and they've private messaged it. So it's all anonymous. And we're going to go through them now.
Oh, God. Hit me with it, Anna.
Hey girls, I've just joined and already loving how real and supportive this space is, so thank you. Anyway, I posted a photo of my partner on Instagram story and a girl who saw it went straight to my cousin and told her to warn me. Apparently he has a reputation for being a serial cheater and controlling. So to get some clarity, I actually reached out directly to his ex and she told me that things didn't end badly between them. She wished us the best and didn't say anything negative, which was reassuring. But who do I believe? My cousin's friend or his ex?
Well, obviously his ex, because she had a whole ass relationship with my man.
Yeah.
But sometimes exes ain't be telling the truth.
What do you mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Why would she
It's like, for
lie?
example, my ex.
Yeah.
There's some bad things that he did to me. But if a girl comes and asks me, I'm going to say, he's a great guy, babe. You do you, babe.
Are you going to say that though?
I ain't getting involved. You start trauma dumping on a stranger.
I get what you're
I'm
saying.
just going to influence, like...
But would you say he's a really good guy? Like, yeah.
No. I'd be like, there was good and bad, you know, like all relationships, but everyone's has unique experiences with
That's so
different
vague.
people.
That's so vague. That it was a bad experience.
But then, that's what I was doing. So
Well,
maybe
I mean-
this ex is telling the truth.
To be fair, though, the ex said, we didn't end badly and wishes us the best. You know, when you wish someone the best, that's when you're angry.
Like, what would you say? Not about the last ex, because that's way too sensitive topic. The ex before. Like, what would you say if somebody asked you? What would you say?
Well, he actually was a really good guy.
But was there anything that you'd warn them about? But would you actually warn them?
No.
Exactly.
I know I wouldn't, but don't you think when you're like, oh, I wish you all the best, you never wish them the best. That's when you know that it's a sore topic.
Oh.
Don't you think?
Okay, so what are you saying? What's your theory?
I'm saying the fact that she said, I wish you guys the best.
Oh, I
What
don't
do
know.
you-
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what you mean. Help me here.
I don't know. I think like, oh, if someone spoke about my ex, and I'd say, oh, well, I wish him all the best. It wasn't meant to be. But inside I'm like,
Oh, it's
know?
giving still in love, isn't it? Wish you all the best.
yes. You know, like you say that at the end of a breakup text that you're angry about. Like,
you don't wish them the best.
yes.
At all. We're on the same page now, Anna. We're on the
Do
same.
you get what I'm saying? It was really difficult to
So
understand.
basically, I get it. It's hard for you to get your words out. I know.
Yeah.
But the ex still wants him, but she got fucked off, and that's why she's saying it in a way like, "Yeah, well, wish you all the best." Do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of acting a bit.
I don't have anything bad to say about him. I wish you all the best.
Yeah. She
I
wants to
don't
keep
know.
that door open. Do you know what I mean? She wants to keep that door open for him.
I don't know. Maybe we're just going really like, we're
Yeah.
going wild with it now. Maybe that's not the case.
I mean,
Fuckloads.
I think your cousin's friend needs to maybe get a little bit of a life.
Do you know what I think?
What?
Don't believe the cousin's friend and don't believe the ex. Find out for yourself.
This is good advice.
Yes, I'm finally going to
Please.
give the right advice. You know what? I started chatting to this guy.
Which guy? Which guy?
And then he was like, oh, you're a player. He was saying to me, you're a player to me. Yeah. And I was like,
Player?
yeah.
You've been in a relationship for 4 years.
That's what I literally replied. I was like, what do you mean player? I've been in a relationship for 4 years. I've only been single for 2 months. He goes, yeah, right. You're a player. As in, since I've been single.
For 8 weeks.
It's been like 2 weeks I've been dating. But anyway, I go to him, why don't you ask all these guys, because he's friends with all the guys, about me? Why don't you ask them all about me? Because they know what I'm about.
Right.
I'll go find out, because I promise you all of them will say what I'm like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They'll say that I'm a good girl.
Right.
And he goes, no, I'm not asking anyone about you because I don't want to know what anyone else has got to say. I want to find out for myself.
Oh, he's got game. You know, my man's got game.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the way it should be, though. Really, you should just get to know someone yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
to be honest.
Because like a guy, especially for men, to one girl, they could be like a player, a cheat, not taking her seriously, messing her around, using her for sex, fucking the crew. To another girl, there'll be a whipped pussy.
I don't agree though. I don't agree.
Really?
No.
I
don't agree.
do.
I don't think, no, I don't agree. Do you know what?
We're
Actually,
going to agree to disagree.
No, yeah, we are. Because you know why? I think it's good sometimes to find out something about, like, find out about people. Like recently I started chatting to someone and then my friends all told me this guy is a proper scumbag. He is a player. He's this. They told me about his history. I found out all this shit. And I thought, oh, wow, if I didn't know about all this shit, he would have tricked me because he's got game and he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's saying. And I wouldn't have been more aware. And now that I know that information, now I see through him.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I knew that information.
So I don't know. It depends. Like, you know what? Let us know what you guys think, because I do feel like, for example, I know someone that like this guy, he's a proper player, messes around, never takes girls seriously. And then he met someone and he's just completely besotted, like in love, you know, well, completely changed on a 360. So I do feel like people can experience different versions of you. And so you can experience different versions of people. But then Anna, you're also right in the sense that like some people that are generally good and decent and moral, they are like that with everyone.
Yeah.
And some people that are the scumbags, cheats, like disloyal, they're most likely like that with most people, like everyone.
Because I feel like no one can really turn around and never say like me and you are like, we're scumbags.
No.
Or like we're bad, we're players. We're not.
No.
So I think unless they're completely jealous. Actually, people have said some wild things about me. People have literally made up rumors.
I don't agree with asking people
make up rumors
for their opinion. I'm not going to lie. But
if the information is given to you, I'm going to take it.
Yeah. But,
and I'm gonna keep it at the back of my mind.
For example, like this guy who you said, ask your boys about me. They'll tell you I'm a good girl. That's because it's biased, because those boys actually like you. Like they're kind of your mates, they're your acquaintances. If you went to some...
But that's not true though. It's not because they're my mates and stuff, because they've seen me.
Yeah, but no, and I know this.
Over the years.
Yes, but there's like hater guys who know you're a good girl, who know you're decent, who know you're so like innocent, but because they're haters and they're jealous, they'll be like, yeah, she's this, yeah, she's that. They'll make shit up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
There are so many guys in our like old circles and communities where they'll probably make things up just because they're bitter.
Yeah.
Because you probably chatted to one of them and then mugged them off or didn't like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just really depends.
I think if you get the information given to you, I don't think you should run with it, but you should keep it at the back of your mind.
Yeah.
And then make your own mind up. Like that's what I did when I found out about that guy and my friends told me about him. It's not like I made my mind up right there and then. It's just from then on when he spoke and I just saw...
You took everything with a pinch of salt as well.
Yeah, but then I saw through him and I kind of... It made sense when I put two and two together, you know? So I think that's what you should do.
Well, anyway, definitely don't lock the guy off because of your closest friend.
As well, because I feel like I remember that I've had times in my past where people have been like, oh, so many people have talked shit about you, for example. But then they got to know me and they were like, oh, wow, now I know all these people were talking shit and they made their own mind up. So they took that information, but they made their own mind up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
One thing I fucking hate is like men that are just influenced by other men. Like they're chatting to a girl, they really like her, because their boys are like, nah, she's a hoe. Straight away they lock her off. Like you're actually moist. Like unless literally she's banged all your mates, you don't really want to get to know that girl because it's awkward. But just hearsay, Chinese whispers and like rumors, like no.
Exactly, I agree. Okay, we've got here, do you think you should stay with a guy you love if you know his family will never like you and you feel he won't necessarily do anything about it to make sure you're protected from it? Do you think it's best to let go, especially if you are somewhat young, like 23?
This is a really, really good...
I think it really depends.
Question, you know, because a lot of people go through this.
I know.
And like, it's a big thing. You marry someone, you get in a relationship with them, you're in a relationship with their family, you're marrying their family. Maybe not, like they're not in your life every single day, but they're always going to be there. If there's a negative force, I think the most important question is your man backing it?
Well, she says he doesn't do anything about it.
Then nah.
But then what if,
You're going to become the family punching bag? Like, no.
but what if other than that, their relationship is really, really good and he's amazing? I'm sorry. I
Can't be amazing though if he's not backing you up.
That's the only thing. Like maybe he just was one of those people that his family is like, he won't say anything to his family. He's scared. There are guys like that. They don't want to say anything to their parents. They're scared of their parents.
Big thing, yeah? It's a big thing.
There's always something, Mandy. There's always something. I'm sorry. I'd rather that than a lot of other stuff.
What would you say to me if this was happening to me? For example, I was with a guy whose family was not nice to me, and my man never stood up for me, backed me up, and I was always in that situation.
You're not always in that situation because you don't see family all the time.
Every week you see them.
I'd ask you about your relationship apart from the family. Like, is he an amazing guy? Is there other things wrong? If there's other things wrong, then it's not worth it. I think sometimes in relationships, it's about like putting everything together. Does the negatives outweigh the positives? If he was a fucking perfect in every other way, he's loyal, he's caring, loving, there for you. He's not on going out all the time. He's a homebody as well, but he's not boring. He's got good sex. Like, if all these things are fucking amazing, but there's just the family thing's the only thing wrong, sorry. There's always something wrong.
I agree to disagree again. Because I don't think it's a family thing. That's a relationship problem. Because if you can't make me feel
relationship
safe,
problems.
Yeah, but that one, I don't know. It depends. First of all, I think it really depends on the level of disrespect you're receiving from the family.
Yeah, that's true. Because if the family's coming and slapping you every time they see you, that's something else, obviously.
And your boyfriend's just like
standing there. Like,
but imagine they were really nasty. Imagine they were really nasty to me. Like, oh, like, you know, you put on weight, or, you know, or
that's something my mom would say.
Or like just nasty, like bullying vibes, and my boyfriend wasn't doing anything, then I don't know. I don't think I would be able to continue.
Yeah.
Really, really depends.
But you know what? In relationships, sometimes there's things that you really think that you wouldn't be able to handle or continue with, but you do.
Yeah.
It's happened to me. And I end up still plowing through.
Because
I just think it's hard out there and there's always something wrong. And I just think if he's perfect in every other way, I just sit and talk to him and tell him how important it is and just try your best to make him understand.
If he ain't going to tell his mum to shut up, then I am. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just do that.
That's what it's going to come to.
Just do that.
That's what you need to do. If he ain't going to back it, you need to back yourself.
I agree. Okay, I really like this guy at work. He'd flirt with me and we'd speak for hours. After a while, I noticed he would keep his distance and avoid me around the guys. I eventually blanked him and later found out he was seeing someone else and was never really interested in me. Why did he flirt then pursue someone else? Because he was bored.
Because flirting is fun for single people.
Flirting and speaking for hours is just not enough.
No, it's not enough.
Like, especially if it's at work, like he has to be there.
Yeah, and what's going to get you through that 9 to 5? Do you know what I mean?
At least like if he was taking you on dates and you'd go speak for hours on your date, that's different. After work, he'd stay behind just to speak to you. But if it's during working hours...
He was a work husband, basically.
Yeah.
It wasn't real.
And
he was seeing somebody else.
I know it's horrible.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's hard because people...
Especially crushing on someone you work with, you have to see them motherfucker every day.
It's hard when you like... take the fact that they're flirting with you and spending hours with you as a sign that, oh, they really, really like me, and then you get disappointed.
Yeah, I feel like that used to be me doing that to people all the time when I was single. I used to flirt for no reason, for fun, all the time. And then, you know, just nothing would happen from that.
Me too.
And it was just my fault.
But the thing is, sometimes I'd like someone and then I suddenly don't like them no more.
And sometimes I just like someone enough to flirt with, but not enough to do anything else with, or talk to, or go on a date with, or like actually get to know all night.
Yeah. But I think sometimes with women, like you'll be flirting with someone for hours, for a few weeks, and then you're like, okay, this is going to be my future husband. We're going to have kids.
Yeah.
You know, women imagine the future sometimes really quickly.
Yeah, we do.
You know,
us flirting is a big deal. It's foreplay.
Look, you'll be fine. You'll get over it. Next time, though, you'll be more aware.
Yeah.
If someone's flirting with you, you won't straight away think,
next time she's going to be, you're flirting with me just for fun. Just a fun thing.
Next time, you'll need more than just a flirt.
What are you doing after work? What are you doing after?
Test them. After my 3-year relationship ended, me and my ex both moved on and got married. My marriage fell apart and then my ex reached out.
Oh my God. No.
He's invited me and my son out, but I told him he needed to divorce his wife if he ever wants to consider me. Within 24 hours, he's told me he's verbally divorced her and he's initiating the paperwork. Do I believe him?
No, I want to see proof, motherfucker. Send me screenshots.
But I mean, this is wild.
This is like going to be you and your ex, innit? I think this is going to be Anna and her ex. It's going to be like...
You said this the other day in the car and it freaked me out.
Sorry.
You said one day I feel like you guys are going to get together in the future, but like you think my man's going to go get married to someone else, get another bird pregnant, and I'm going to go marry someone else and get and maybe potentially have a family with someone else, and then we come back together. No.
All right, sorry. I might not be.
I don't want that for my life.
I don't want that for your life.
Yeah. Firstly,
don't know where it came
the
from.
thought.
Do you know what it
I
is?
can't
First
deal
of
with
all,
the thought.
If he gets married, we all know it's going to be a misery marriage. It's going to be that. Have you seen that girl who sings that song?
Yeah, it really reminds me of. I know what you're talking about.
She was amazing. It could have been me.
Because a lot of men end up settling at a certain point in their life for that woman that's just...
That's why I'm really glad I was squeezing blood from the stone with you, big. You know, I know when it happens, it's going to be the real fucking thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Look,
But I rate that for Gingerbread though.
it's going to be a real deal.
Yeah.
He wasn't like one of those, you know, when they meet them, suddenly it's the right person, the right time that ticks the boxes, and they're so depressed over their ex that they lost, that they're so scared of being alone, and they just settle down.
No, they end up
with someone.
It's not just that. Yeah, they settle down with someone that just ticks the boxes, and she is a little bit of a doormat, so they can get away with shit.
Yeah.
They can get away with doing whatever they want, and she just cooks and cleans and does whatever they want and doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
And she just...
Because it could have been me.
Yeah, that's a lot of men do that.
Yeah, I know, because actually I know of somebody who basically knows somebody, and he has now got in a relationship with a girl, and he basically is like, he wants to choose a girl that's basically so submissive and subservient and just a mute doormat bitch, because he's such an insecure man, and like he needs someone who's like,
yeah, makes
just
him feel like the man.
an AI robot.
Makes him feel like the man.
Makes him feel like a man, and
Suck my dick.
and get,
Okay.
make me a sandwich. Make it. And we'll never ever like cheat on him, because
But then he can go and come back at any time.
a woman who like, you can go cheat on her and she'll be there waiting. To be honest, kind of a good shout actually. Why don't all men choose that? I'm here just toxic as first. I'm accusing Gingerbread of doing madness
You know why?
for no reason.
It's because
It has no passion, no
no
real love.
passion, no real love. That's not real love.
And that's what my mate said. She was like, that guy will never experience like true happiness, like true real love, like the way we do.
Yeah.
Because we might be fireworks and all this shit, but it's real love. And yeah, that's basically going to be the situation for you. Anyway, look, I don't know
yeah.
how we got here. But
I don't know how.
The point was,
That this situation, I don't want that situation for me, ever.
yeah,
Do you know what? I just want the person that I have kids with to be the person that I love and I stay with forever. Is that too much to ask?
so it's a lot to ask. Statistically, it's a lot. Statistically, that's a lot to ask. I mean, she didn't even say, I want the person that I choose and marry to be the one that I stay with forever. She said, I want the person I choose and marry and have kids with to be the one I stay with forever. Of course, it's a lot to
that
ask.
I love.
That's a lot
And
to
that
ask.
he loves
and
me.
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's called
Very rare.
probably most people's wish that never comes true. I love him, he loves me. We're both loyal. We get married, we have kids, and we stay together
Why is
forever.
it so hard? I went the other day and I was walking down the street and I saw this old couple and it was so cute on a bench holding hands, and I was like, that's what I want one day.
Me too. But things have changed now, Anna. Back in the day, there was a bitch sliding into the DMs like this. Everything's changed.
Do you think Instagram's ruined
No.
relationships?
No.
Anyway.
Lifestyle, everything.
Everything.
And it's a culture. The culture's
Culture.
changed. Back in the day, even when they were like going to pubs and like, you know, doing all these like country music and going to the, you know, bars. You know, the old movies,
Yeah, yeah.
They still, it was like the cultural norm that you pick someone, you choose someone, you marry them.
And you stay with them
them
forever.
Now it's like, are you sure? Even when-
People getting married it's a trend.
yeah.
People just getting married for the fuck of it.
And now, even when people are married for 10 years, they're still like, should I stay? Should I go? Should I stay? Should I go? Do you know what I mean? People didn't think like that before. They thought whatever happens, I will stay.
Oh,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
But then that was also toxic, Mandy, because people would stay in relationships where they were getting played.
Very true.
Yeah. At least now people are like, you know what, I ain't getting treated right. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
You are not the man I married. Bye-bye.
I always wonder what's going to happen for me, you know? in
We
my
don't know
future.
what's going to happen. I've decided that I'm not overthinking anything anymore. I might die tomorrow.
Overthinking is my hobby.
We might die tomorrow.
Yesterday, I was just walking up the stairs and I heard Gingerbeard on the phone, and he was talking about the Paris football team, whatever. Anyway, apparently it's called PSG or something like that. And I went upstairs and I was, you trying to plan a trip to Paris, brother?
And then?
And because obviously I know they're playing in Paris, like our Arsenal's playing in Paris or whatever. So I got paranoid and I was like, oh, so you going to go out that night? Because if you're going to go clubbing, if you're going to go clubbing in Paris, it's cheating. And I said, it's cheating like that. I was like, it's cheating. It's cheating.
Mandy.
And I was like, what the fuck? I went mad. And then he was like, what's wrong with you? I went downstairs. He fell asleep on the sofa because we fell out over that, yeah. And he come down, he's hugged me, kissed me, hold me. He was like, Mandy, you really do, you really overthink, and you just go, what? Because you have this thing where you make stories up in your mind.
Yeah.
I do. I should have been J.K. Rowling, okay?
Anyway, should she believe that this guy divorced his wife within 24 hours? Within 24 hours. That's how you know you got the power. You know, there's a lot of my exes that I know they could get married. I'll just holler at them. I'll say, hey.
They're dropping everything.
They drop in their
They'll
wives.
drop their baby if it's...
Literally, I just know it. That's fucked.
They would run.
Fucked.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about my last ex.
I'm talking about all of my exes. All of them would, honestly, they could have an entire family and they would ghost them. You know when the man who faked his own death, that would be them to come back to me.
I know, it's crazy. Well, should she believe him? Get the evidence. Get the evidence.
Yeah, I want to see proof.
But do you feel good about that? I would feel shit.
About what? Well, she didn't try and home wreck him. He came to her.
Yeah, in fact,
he contacted her.
Yeah, true.
If she was home wrecking, it's a different story. But he just heard
but
that she was on the market.
If he can leave his whole wife so easily, that's a bad trait.
Not true, that's what's scary. So, there was this thing I saw about like celebrity men who left their wives and cheated on their wives with a woman, yeah? And then a lot of them have literally grown old with that woman that they left there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at, for example, Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, right?
Yeah.
Well, that didn't happen. I know they're hated. I mean, I don't really like them as well. This ain't, do you know what I mean? Anyway, but weren't they in separate relations? He was a Scarlett Johansson and she was with someone else. And like, I don't know if there was cheating, but apparently there wasn't. But it sounds a little bit fishy. They used to go for group dinners and whatever. And they used to all be mutual friends. And I think he left her for Blake. And like, it's obvious that guy will never leave her.
Do you think?
He would never leave Blake, no. But if anything, she gonna leave him.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
God knows.
Maybe I'm wrong. But, I mean, it has happened where...
Mandy thinks she's a psychic. Anyway.
Yeah, I do.
Next dilemma.
It couldn't be me.
Okay. We matched on Hinge and spent 5 hours talking, vibing and drinking. He didn't ask to meet up again. So I slyly suggested meeting up again and he says, we'll definitely try, but I have to wait until I get paid so I don't put myself out. How would you respond? Do you suggest something budget friendly or do you say, that makes sense and wait until he gets paid to go on your second date?
In Cardiff, there was a girl on the front row and I was cracking like some jokes about money, like, does he pay the bill? She was like, money isn't everything.
I know. She took it so seriously. Mandy was just cracking jokes.
Anyway, I was like, oh my God. But like, I was like, oh, well, it's important. But like, if money was everything, like, don't you think I'd be like with an old man who's going to die, who's like worth hundreds of millions? Because I could fucking do that, bitch. I could do that. Or don't you think I would like be on OnlyFans or like sticking things up my arsehole on camera? Like, obviously money isn't everything. I'm with a guy, yes, like Gingerbeard is good. He's comfortable, he's well off. I'm not buying Chanel bags every week.
Exactly.
Like,
and also, the point is you are cracking jokes on stage when you're like, there's a lot of the things that you were saying, you're joking around.
I'm joking.
And like, how do people not know that now? Like, after listening to our podcast enough to come to the tour, you should know that we, most of the time, we're joking around.
We're joking. Like, obviously money isn't everything. Love is everything. That's why I've chosen my partner, because of love.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, I wouldn't have dated him if he was broke. That's just my preference, though. That's just me.
Yeah. But now, if Gingerbread went broke,
I would
best
stay with
believe Mandy
him.
would never, ever leave.
100%. Me and him will be begging on the street together.
Exactly.
I'm a ride for him.
Yeah.
But originally, yeah, like if I thought someone was ugly, I wouldn't date them. If I thought someone was like really, really broke, I probably wouldn't date them. But like, that's just me, yeah? I ain't saying that's like the norm. That's just me. Same way he's probably got his things, types or preferences or what he wants. But like, I don't know, people take this whole money like jokes a bit too deep. Look, I do think that like I would want a hard-working, hustling man. Like,
Yeah.
and I recommend every woman.
For me, the money is no way near as important as a man that's hardworking and ambitious.
Yeah.
Like, you can make money. As long as you've got enough to be comfortable and be secure and safe.
How do I say this?
But like, if you're ambitious and you're not lazy, then I know that we're gonna make more and more money together. That's how I see it.
There are way more important qualities, but like, how can I explain this in a way? Like, let's say I'm another girl, just a girl who's just not Mandy. Like, I like money. I wouldn't base who I choose just on that. But like, if they've got it, fucking bonus. Like, if there's two great guys I'm chatting to and they're both really nice, both raw, both good looking, and one's broke, one's got money, bonus.
Yeah, obviously.
That's just me being honest. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
And in this situation, if the guy hasn't got enough money to take you on a second date, I don't understand. It depends what stage you're at in your life.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, like if you're 20, uni, like, okay, so what? Wait for him to get paid. If you're at my age, I can't be dealing with if you can't take me on a second date. I've not got to where I am in my life to be waiting around for you to get paid to take me on a fucking date.
So many things come into like play here. Like
Exactly.
your age, what are you doing with your life right now? And also yourself. Because if you're sitting at home bumming every day and you don't have a job and you ain't grinding, you ain't making money, you've got nothing going on with your life.
You can't expect that.
You can't expect that from a man. Unless you're out to be a housewife and that's what you want to be. If you do, I respect that. But then you need to go for a guy who can support you and your children. Your future children. Because like it really, you have to take in all these things into account.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't expect anything more than what I've done with my own life, if that makes sense. Like, I've worked really hard to get to where I am. Do you know what I mean? I've studied.
Yeah.
I've put myself out there. Everything that I do. So I'm not going to go with someone that can't take me on a date.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
And so,
Judge me if you like. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's got their own preferences. I don't know, if you really like the guy, then wait till he can afford the second date. I wouldn't recommend offering to pay.
No.
I just don't like the idea of that. But then again, Anna, in this economy and stuff, apparently like most people have to start splitting bills and doing 50-50 share. It really depends how amazing he is and how, like, if I was talking to a guy in uni, and
but uni is different. That's what I'm trying to say. At my age, 34 years old, I'm not going to be dealing with it.
No.
Like, maybe back in the day in uni, I remember I was dating guys that didn't have money. Are you joking me? One of my exes, when I was like 23, 24, he didn't have a pot to piss in.
Yeah.
And I was obsessed with him. He couldn't take me out. Valentine's Day, we went Nando's.
Yeah. It's true.
You take everything into perspective. You and your partner, how long you've known each other, how long the relationship is going to be going for, how deep it is,
how big is this
your life, and how far you are in your life, and what age you are, and what you want from your life.
Yes.
You know, if there's serious things that you want, like, I want a family. You can't be bringing a kid up if you can't afford a date.
No.
You know?
Who's going to pay for nappies?
Exactly. So it's just, everything comes into perspective.
Yeah.
My gosh.
So what are you going to do about this situation? Just don't respond to this.
No, I can't.
Now.
I need more information.
Yeah.
I need more information. More detailed dilemma, please.
Dilemmas are hard. It's really hard being the wisdom behind, everyone's problems.
I know.
It's a big burden on us. Don't you think?
Anyway, guys, we're going to go sleep now.
We're going to sleep. We're so tired from all your problems.
Yeah. We love you so much.
We love you guys.
Make sure you subscribe.
Subscribe to our Patreon for more Patreon dilemmas.
Yes, we're doing part 2 Patreon dilemmas
And also,
this Thursday. We
prioritize your problems on Patreon. So you can send us your dilemmas. Give us a little bit more information. Do you know what I mean? Like, a little bit more information. But Anna's like, keep it short, keep it sweet. But, I mean, maybe they can add some more information, Anna.
bracket. I am this age and I do this for a living.
Yeah.
For example, for this dilemma.
Yeah. All right.
You know?
Anyway, we love you guys. Thank you so much. Mwah, bye.
Bye-bye.